Hello, I'm Brandon, and today we are going to be talking about mustaches. Specifically, my mustaches. Every November, I grow out my mustache. I usually start in October, and then I go all the way through November into December, and sometimes the whole year. I started growing my mustache out in 2013. It was a senior privilege for the boys at my high school to be able to grow out a mustache. There were a few of us who decided that that was a good idea. And so ever since then, I've been growing out my mustache in November, except for 2014. I was too scared. But after that, straight through. So today I'm going to be ranking all of my mustaches from 2013 to 2021. And we're going to see which mustache evolution is top tier and the best. So there are three categories. The first category is thickness of mustache. The second category is sweatiness of mustache. And the third category is confidence with that mustache. As you can see, mustaches, in order to be visible, there needs to be a specific amount of thickness to them. Mustaches, anytime you have hair on some part of your body, it will get increasingly more sweaty. So how sweaty my upper lip would get, and that's just going to be based on my own experience with my mustache. And third, the amount of confidence I had. Now you'll see, some of these years I had a little bit more confidence than others. So we'll rank them. The thickness scale will go 1 out of 5. Or 0 out of 5. I guess the thickness scale goes 0 out of 5. The sweatiness scale, 0 out of 5. But the confidence will go 0 to 10. So, however many mustaches to 10. Okay, let's get started. So, let's go to my very first ever mustache in 2013. I know what you're probably thinking. That I don't see any mustache. It's there. I swear. This was the most flesh-colored, thin mustache I think I've ever been able to grow. Definitely the thickness category is going to be a 1. I'd give it a 1 for thickness. Sweatiness category. Now this was a rough mustache. This actually made my upper lip break out like a ton. I had a lot of acne on my upper lip during this. So I think the sweatiness, my lip wasn't ready for the sweatiness. So this may have been one of the sweatiest mustaches I've ever had. I'm gonna give it a solid 4. It's gonna have 4 out of 5. And for confidence, look, I was a senior in high school, and I was one of the lonely few who grew out their mustache, and mine was definitely the worst, but I think I carried that thing the best. I'm gonna give myself an 8 out of 10 for confidence for my first ever mustache. Look, this growing a mustache for the first time, just straight up mustache, no neck beard. You gotta have a lot of confidence. What can I say? That's the only thing. You gotta know that you're gonna rock it. 13 out of 20 mustaches. So already starting off strong. Okay, here's a joke one. This is I didn't grow a mustache in 2014 that I could find a picture of. I completely skipped Movember. I think I was a little scared after my first Movember ever, and I decided to skip it. So this was the closest I got. It was a fake mustache. A little bit embarrassing. Yeah, let's just not talk about that. 2015 was an odd year for hairstyles, but a great year for mustaches. And I'm not gonna lie, the mustache was very thin as well. This mustache was patchy, but it was slightly thicker than my original mustache. I guess you would call this like my 2015 college stash. Man, did I think I was cool with this one. This one was pretty nice to me. Like I said, the thinness is there. It is very thin, very patchy. You can barely see it in these pictures. It looks like I don't know it's there. All right, so let's take a look at the score here. I'm gonna give this thickness a 2. It's slightly thicker than my, I'm gonna give it a 1.5. It's slightly thicker than my mustache, my 2013 mustache. Sweatiness. Now I rocked this thing in the summer. I rocked this thing in November. I played baseball with this. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5 mustache sweats. This one was pretty sweaty. Not as sweaty as my original one. The original one was pretty rough. As for confidence of my 2015 mustache, I was pretty confident. I was pretty confident. I'm gonna give myself another 8 out of 10 confidence. You know, I wore this one out and about. I thought I looked pretty cool in this one. Not exactly sure if I did, but I was pretty proud of it. After 2015, I think I started moving into some heavy hitters. I was pumped about my mustache. Nobody liked mustaches, and that made me even more excited to have one. Here I am, 2016, making some videos. You'll see this one soon. I literally used my mustache as a character for videos. I just my guy with the mustache. So as you can see, a little more, there's some more hair in there. There's some more follicles growing. I'm kind of growing up a little bit, and I'm growing out my mustache. It's starting to look like I tried to get it there. I tried to have it. Yeah, this one, I'm not gonna lie, this one was pretty thin, but I did let it grow out. I think that's something to be said. How long did I let it grow out for? That should be its own category, but I didn't think about that before I started filming this. All right, here I am in New York with this same mustache. I kept letting it grow out. I grew it out from November to December. Big smile. Here I am with a selfie with my mom with the mustache, like literally mustache front and center. I think I probably took this picture mainly for my mustache. Sorry, Mom. Look, I look so excited to be there. I look like a little rat with that mustache. Little rat face me. And then finally here I am at a wedding. That's my sister. And that's my mustache. I grew it myself. Now you can, if you zoom in, you know, you get a little extra look in there. You can tell my mustache is still pretty thin. It's not thick by any means, you know, but it is noticeable. So I will give it a 2.5. All right, 2.5 out of 5 mustaches for thickness on this one. Sweatiness, you know, I really worked this mustache. I made it, I gave it a job. I gave it a name. Rico was the name of the mustache. I made him pose for a lot of videos, a lot of pictures. I'd say that would make it pretty sweaty. I don't know. So let's give this one I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5 sweats as well. As for confidence, this has got to be a 9 out of 10. I was pretty confident with this thing. This thing was my identity. You know, I think I introduced myself as Mustache before I did it as Brandon. You know, so all right, this is a 14.5 mustache right here. Come on, you don't get better than that. That's pretty good. Now, 2017 was a weird year. Wasn't really doing a whole lot. Didn't really have a whole lot of places to go. But I did grow out the mustache a few times. I think I'm at the point now where it's like I have accepted this as part of my look, and I have the mustache more frequently than I used to. So I'd say that like gives it an extra confidence boost, but I was not my identity like the 2016 mustache. It's at the ordination of my friend Father Billy. I became a priest. He likes to think that I grew out that mustache for him, for his ordination. And sure, yeah, you know, Father Billy and my friend Arturo used to tell me if I ate enough Tapatio, the spices in it would make my mustache flow. So I genuinely believe that, and I give a shout out to Tapatio for my mustache today. Here I am again with a little mustache. This one's pretty thin. I think this was a rough time for my mustache. The bar was really set in 2016, and I just was not having it the same way in 2017. I'm gonna give this mustache thickness, I'm gonna give it a 1. It wasn't as, I didn't let it flow as much as I could have. The sweatiness, it doesn't look like it was very sweaty. It looked like 2017. I was just like, if I got a little bit uncomfortable with it, I would shave it off. So I'm gonna give it another 1. And then level of confidence, I'm gonna give it a 5. I accepted it as part of my identity, but I did not cooperate with the mustache very frequently in 2017. That's gonna be a 7 out of 20 mustaches. So that one's pretty rough. Yeah, that's half the score of my 2016 mustache. So far 2016's in the lead. So now we're moving on to 2018, and I will say I rocked the mustache quite a bit in 2018. Here I am at a friend of mine's wedding. I have this thing now where I always have to have a mustache at somebody's wedding. I like to be the mustache guy at the wedding. In the summer, as you can tell, I look a little sweaty in this. That can lead you to believe that my mustache is also sweaty, but it is visible. It's pretty visible in this picture. I think the thickness was getting better. Yeah, this one's pretty thin. I'm not exactly sure how long I was growing this one out for, but this was a movie premiere. It's my first ever premiere that I got to show a movie at, so that was pretty fun for me. So I wanted to make sure I had a celebratory mustache for the event, which I did. So I was pretty excited about having that. These next few are some of my mustache glory days, I'd like to say. This is my friend Arturo's wedding. And I made sure to have a thick mustache for that thing because it was in the middle, it was at the end of November. His wedding was right after Thanksgiving. Yeah, I was coming in strong with a very thick mustache, one of the thickest I had grown to date. Yeah, as you can see, this thing was getting pretty gnarly. I was very confident with this. This is one that I knew it was a good mustache, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grow this out. It's gonna look great, and I'm gonna be confident in it. There you have it. So let's go ahead and give my thickness scale of a, I'm gonna go ahead and give that a 4 out of 5. That was probably the thickest I had ever been able to grow on my mustache. It was pretty good. It was pretty thick, especially for Arturo's wedding. Like, it's noticeable even on low quality cell phone pictures. Sweatiness, yeah, that one definitely sweated quite a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a 3 out of 5. It's pretty sweaty, pretty good. And for a level of confidence, I'm gonna give myself an 8. That was pretty confident, especially towards the end of that mustache reign there during Arturo's wedding in November. So that was pretty solid mustache. Had a lot of confidence with that one. Felt pretty good about it. 2019 was another year. I grew this thing out, but never to like full thickness. It was kind of like 2017 where I accepted it as part of my identity, but I didn't live. It wasn't my identity like 2016. Yeah, this thing, I only grew it out so much. But as you can tell, like, it's there in these pictures. Here I am on my dad's birthday. There's a mustache there. My hair's really long. It's super cool. I didn't try as much with it, but I just let it be this casual part of my appearance. Yeah, I'll give it a 2.5 out of 5 mustaches for thickness. I'm gonna give it a 2 for sweatiness, because again, I didn't let it get that sweaty. If it made me uncomfortable, I would shave it. And level of confidence, I'll give myself a 6. You know, I was confident when I had it, but I didn't keep it as part of my identity. I wasn't really making it known that it was mine. All right, let's move into last year. Last year's mustaches were pretty solid. I grew it out quite a bit because, you know, why not? It was 2020. I was free to grow out my mustache as much as I wanted. Here I am after I had accidentally gotten my eyebrows shaved. The thickness, you can tell it's a little bit better. That's a higher quality camera that took this picture, so you can kind of see the individual hairs. And I still wasn't exactly sure on mustache upkeep. Here's another picture of it, similar time frame. Looks like a lower quality camera, but you can see the mustache there, so pretty good. Higher quality camera, pretty thin mustache. This was a summer stash. Yeah, it was okay. It was an okay mustache. Wasn't the best, but you know, what are you gonna do? This one was taken in July, so another summer stash. I was growing it out, having fun. Here is a sneak peek, higher quality camera. You can tell I was growing this thing out. This thing was pretty good. I let this thing grow in the summer months. I let this thing grow out. I was really testing it. I was saying, you know what, if I'm gonna let that mustache be a part of my identity, I'm gonna let it be a part of my identity. So I grew it out. I'm gonna give this as you can tell in this picture here, it's pretty thick. It's a pretty thick mustache. Arguably one of my thicker ones. So I'm gonna give that it a 4 out of 5 on thickness. Yeah, it's gonna be a 4 out of 5 on thickness. For sweatiness, this will get a 4 out of 5 sweats. And for confidence, I mean, I rocked this thing a lot in 2020. Yeah, we didn't see a lot of people in 2020, but I still think this mustache was pretty solid. Yeah, I'm gonna give myself a 8 out of 10 on the mustache confidence scale. I've moved past it being my identity, and I've allowed it to form with my own personal identity at this point. So my mustache and I are now one. It comes and goes as it pleases. I get rid of it if I need to. I keep it when I want to, and I let it grow. All right, so that brings us to 2021, which is now. You're looking at it. This is the mustache that we're all talking about. Well, I'm talking about. Let's go to the picture. That's from Thanksgiving a couple days ago. As you can see, mustache is in full force. I've been growing this mustache for probably a month now. I've had it going. It's I'm really letting this thing flow. This is the thickest and nicest mustache I've ever had. I comb it with a toothbrush and I try and trim it down. It's also the sneeziest mustache I've ever had. So if sneezy was a category, this would be the highest it could go. I'm pretty excited about this mustache. It's a good one. So let's go for thickness. This is gonna be a 4 out of 5 thickness. I can't go any higher than that. I don't naturally have one of those push broom awesome mustaches. that you see so many cool people have. Sweatiness. Look, this thing got pretty sweaty. I had this in the summer. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 sweats. Give this a 9 out of 10 confidence. I'm about as confident in this one. This is just part of this is just who I am now. I'm just a mustache guy. Yeah, it's the facial hair that I choose to grow. It's the only facial hair I can grow. If I could grow a beard, I would, but I can't, so I don't. So this is the life I've chosen for myself. Well, anyways, thank you very much for joining me on this journey of mustacheness. It's been a great time. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have enjoyed making it. And if you do enjoy it that much, then maybe find some other hobbies, because this is kind of weird. And if you thought this was weird, I'm sorry. I apologize. I will never subject you to my mustache ever again. Just kidding, you're gonna see it in other videos and stuff. It'll be around. So, if you want me to rank things, I can do that. You just let me know in the comments, and please subscribe. We just got over 200 subscribers. I'm really excited about that. Have a great day. I'll see y'all around. Peace. And see you later. Oh, also, I was not actually using a microphone for this, so it wasn't plugged in anything. I just needed the prop, because what else am I supposed to do with my hands? Haha.